Yo, what's up guys? It is your boy Skywalker OG coming at you with another Rise of Kingdoms video. Today I have for you the Ark of Osiris, and that's why you will see this picture right here. I just wanted to do a brief explanation of what the Ark of Osiris is, how you run it, and I know I've done this video before, but many people have not seen it and or have asked me about the Ark again, so I'm going to make a little bit of a recap. This video will not be long, it'll just be a few minutes. I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes. I don't think we need anything other than that. So here you will see the three colors, blue, red, and yellow. The reason why I have them separated in three colors, because that is usually the teams, how the teams go. It's usually separated in three colors, and then obviously you'll have your team captains, and then the leaders will divvy it out and have certain people do certain objectives. But for the most part, you usually run three teams. Now, the top side red side team and bottom side blue side team, you will see that there are the altars that have circle and stars on them. The reason why I have circled these is because of the fact that the two altars are the most points for the first occupation and to hold them in the game than any other structure. They are the most first occupation points and the most points per minute game. These four structures are very, very key and focal to your game and to the Ark of Osiris. Now, you will see the yellow line. The yellow line is what we call the Ark team. The Ark team will grab the outpost as they go down to the Ark of Osiris. Their main objective is to gather up that Ark of Osiris. If you are on that Ark team, your objective is to pressure in the middle of the lane, keep pressure, make sure that the enemy doesn't have more troops heading towards that middle of the lane. If you have to travel around the mountains to try to cut off reinforcements. Your main objective is to control the whole area around the Ark of Osiris, rather that be calling out and asking for reinforcements, or just beating down your opponent and holding them back. That is your objective on the Ark of Osiris team, or on your C team, or your mid team, whatever you want to call them. Your Osiris team should be on that Ark of Osiris. Now, obviously, a lot of teams have adapted to where we send troops from the main two teams over to help out the Ark team. That is a thing that will be something that you'll have to listen to from your leaders, or if that's in your game plan, that is in your game plan. I am trying to just go over the basics. I'm not trying to give over anybody's plan. I'm not going to give up my plan. I'm not going to give up anybody else's plan to try to describe this video, but I am going to go over the basics of the Ark. Now, with that said, to assist the middle team if they need to be assisted, these structures that have the stars on them, the altars, they need your best city garrison, city defense in these structures to hold them down at all times. If you are on this top or bottom team, you should always look at these structures if you are holding them and make sure they have enough reinforcements around them. That is your whole game plan as one of these main teams, is to hold down these altars. Now, if you can't hold down the enemy side altar, you at least need to hold down your altar. You need to put all full forces into the altar. If the enemy has 3 to 4 of these altars, you are not going to win the points per minute game. It's going to be insanely hard to keep up with them. You can do it if you capture all the arcs. However, it is going to be very, very, very close, and it'll be by the skin of your teeth victory if you do not hold down these altars. Now, for the people that are on these two main teams, first off, you need to know who's teleporting forward. The people teleporting forward should have a rally on their side obelisk to get their marches there, for 2 to reinforce it in case the enemy goes to rally it. Now, this is the people that are teleporting forward first. They need to be in that first rally. They don't need to be anywhere else. They don't need troops running on the field. They need to be in that first rally and ready to teleport forward. Now, the people that are hanging back, that are not teleporting forward, y'all need to have runners out capturing objectives, or go ahead and send out your marches to these two altars. Try to grab your shrine on your side, try to grab your altar on your side, and then advance onto the enemy's side altars. That is your objective as a person that is not teleporting forward. If your alliance runs this ABC team, um, say you are on this blue team and you are not teleporting forward, you should have all 5 marches already out marching towards that blue side team, towards the desert altar, towards the Shrine of War. On that way, capturing things on your way to that blue side and just pressuring out any marches that are there until the rallies start going. Now, once the rallies start going, you need to keep your marches near your rally leader cities to reinforce the rally, or near the structure that is being rallied. That is how you put a proper rally together. You send out a rally, your team fills it up, and then if anybody has extra marches that is not in the rally but needs to be helping that rally, they need to already be heading towards that structure to either reinforce the rally and keep the solo marches off of it, to keep an enemy rally to hit onto it, or to help the rally to keep it filled up as it's hitting onto the structure. Now you can also throw out some debuffers to debuff the structure or an enemy incoming rally. Now, again, if you're not teleporting forward, that's what you need to do. If you are teleporting forward, you need to be in that first primary rally into the obelisk and hold your obelisk until your timer is up and you can teleport forward. As soon as your team teleports forward, the rally leaders need to automatically start rallying these desert altars or both altars on their side. They need to send the best defense commander at their desert altar. If we are on the blue side, we would send our best defensive commander at the desert altar. If we are on the red side, we would send our best defense commander at the sky altar. Now, if we are trying to take down the enemy's altar, we need the best rally commander we have going towards that enemy's altar with a second march of the best defense you have going onto the open field towards that altar. That way, whenever the rally captures it, you can go ahead and bring out that march, put in the good defense commander, and then you need to keep your troops and keep your team over in that area. As soon as you capture the enemy's altar, you need to hold down the enemy's altar. Make them either start pressuring onto your altars to take it back, or to start pressuring on their altar to take it back. That is your main goal on these two side teams, is to make sure that the enemy is feeling the pressure and feeling the threat, so they can't just send full forces down to the mid lane. That way your middle team has no pressure and they could just beat back the 5 or 10 people that the opposing team sends to their Ark of Osiris. If you are keeping the enemy on their back foot, they are not going to be able to put down a bunch of troops all over the field to be able to pressure back onto you. So you need to make sure that you are listening to your team lead's plan and that you are making sure that all of your marches are going in the way of your team lead's plan. That is the main objective you are going to have as a member in the Ark of Osiris, is paying attention, making sure before the Ark of Osiris that you know exactly where you need to be, and making sure that your troops get in that position at every point in time. Whenever an attack is going down, you need to either be at the structure or be ready to reinforce that rally on the way, or pushing troops off of the structure that's being rallied, something to that effect, to where you are actually affecting the war that is going on inside the Ark of Osiris, because that's exactly what the Ark of Osiris is. It's 1 hour of straight full-on war. If you do not have enough troops to send 5 full marches with expansions, don't use your expansions. You need those 5 full marches. Now, if you're using no expansions and you still can't send out 5 full marches, get yourself on a node and start farming. Farming also gives you some points. You need all the points you can get and all the income you can get at all times. Even if it is farming, that is fine. You need those income on points. Other than that, if you have the 5 full marches, the 5 full marches need to be out on the field, around the desert, around the 2 altars, around the shrines. You need to have marches around the objectives. That way you're not trying to march to the objectives to defend them when the action happens. You need to already have your marches on the objectives, inside the objectives, or around the objectives. And you always have to pay attention. Ark of Osiris is a very, very fast-paced 1 hour straight up war, battle to the fittest, battle of the fittest, punching in the mouth, just straight up jawing for 1 hour. So make sure you have your troops in the right spot. Now, other than that, that's pretty much all you can say about Ark of Osiris. You need to focus these altars. You need to keep your troops on the battlefield around these objectives. You need to make sure you keep your enough troops reinforced around the Ark of Osiris. The first Ark occupation, or the first Ark capture, is not that important. These altars and first occupation points are way, way, way more important than the Ark. So the first Ark drop is not that important. You can let it go, but that second, third, fourth Ark drop is what you want. The more times the Ark is captured, the more points it is worth the next time it comes out. So if you're ever behind in the Ark of Osiris, you always want to come back, gather your bearings, hold down the structures that you can hold down, and then start pumping out that Ark of Osiris. That's why you see in our last Ark video, if you did watch it, you see we started catching back up, and that's because we put a lot of focus into the Ark. We should have captured a few more objectives and then put our focus onto the Ark. We would have caught back up. However, we didn't, but we were able to close a huge gap because we switched gears and started focusing down the Ark. Again, we talked about the most important structures. The points per minute game is insane in this. You need to make sure you hold down your structures to get the points per minute. If you are on the field and you see a structure that is an enemy's and it is beside you, go ahead and scout it. If you're able to take it, take it. Stop their points per minute game. Even if you can't hold it, you know you can't hold it, go ahead and take it and then get the heck out of there and let that be what it is. When you're around this Ark of Osiris in the middle, you really want to be AoE heavy. That way you can just nuke down all the marches, because we all know that all these marches get insanely close together and it usually is a huge battle in the middle. So a lot of AoE commanders is definitely going to help you. When you grab the Ark, you want to make sure you're using a cab commander or something quick. You don't want to pick it up with an infantry commander, because you will go nowhere. You will move slower than a snail, a slug. You won't go anywhere. You just get beat down. Now, when you see a teammate with the Ark, you need to attack every single red line coming at them. It doesn't matter if they're a tank or not. You need to make sure that they get off of your Ark carrier. Other than that, that's pretty much Ark of Osiris. In a nutshell, yeah, I mean, make sure you pay attention to the callouts. I definitely recommend you get in Discord or some kind of voice chat so you can speak to your team. Yeah, have some good defensive commanders on these altars. If you're not a rally leader and you're just a rally filler, make sure that you are putting your troops where the rally is going. Make sure you're filling up the rally first, obviously. And that's about it, guys. That is pretty much the Ark of Osiris in a nutshell. Until next time, that's your boy Skywalker OG saying I hope this helps you, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And until next time, peace! And if you're under 25 million, go ahead and come to low and join us in Kingdom 1225, where I am the R5. And we are having a lot of fun. Anyways, peace out till the next time. Enjoy your time and enjoy your weekend, and I hope y'all had a